All right, folk. So, of course, the liberals are having their little march. God bless Trump. And, of course, I have to come down as opposition. So here we are, folk, at the anti-Trump rally. Butchie's kind of chilling. So, nothing like coming on down. Let's see if we can get a good debate going. So you got people walking by me to join the horde over here. And every time, they see my hat, I get the ugliest looks. But the opposition is here. All right, folks. And Butchie, seeing all the liberal dogs over there, decided to show him what he thought about them. Good boy, Butchie. So over here we got a sign that says, "We the people say enough." But my question is, which people? Because I'm the people and I say more. Another thing you'll always see about a liberal is a liberal will always fly any flag but an American flag. They love anything but America. All right, folk, we are heading into the heart of the enemy on their territory. Me and Butchie. Getting all the hateful looks. We got the F Trump person over there. I'm getting the good hateful looks from them. Well, yeehaw. So, all right. Well, there's the heart of the demon over there, so we're going to make our way over there. So they got their little chant of "This is what democracy looks like" going on. So I have to tell Butch not to bark or get me too many of the dogs out here, because unlike the liberals, we don't engage in violence like that. So kind of zoomed in a little bit so I could get the angry faces that are being thrown at me. So, you know what I mean? So, there we go. Well, I guess they made their little walk to the pavilion here, and they're all going to go home now. So, I guess we'll go too.
Can I take a picture of your dog?
Yes, ma'am. Good boy. Hey, over here. So, anyways, folk, I guess they have made their point, and they're walking down. How's it going?
How are you?
Good, thank you. So, well, good morning, folk. Well, we got the front porch up again because it's raining out here like crazy, and it's about I think this is the next day, maybe 2 days after the anti-Trump rally here in Connecticut, and few things I was going to talk about that I kind of learned during this little thing of going to see the other side there. But one of the things I have and by the way, this is my humble opinion, so I mean, if you don't like it and you want to cry and you want to leave the channel, or you want to join the channel, you can do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. So anyways, one of the things I've learned is there is no more like it's kind of like your old school conservatives and your old school liberals. They're not really around these days. What you have now is for the liberals and the conservatives are extremists. You have the extreme conservatives, like back a couple years ago when the Tea Party was coming out and everything, and you have these extreme leftist liberal Democrats. They're extremes, and they are the ones that have taken over. They're both sides are full of hate. They're full of hate. It's really unbelievable. But that's one thing I learned is that these aren't the old school politicians anymore. This isn't the old school conservative. This isn't the old school liberal. These are extremists now. And I did notice, however, you still have a handful of the old school that comes out, and they're still polite and everything. I went with my MAGA hat on and everything. I went with Butchie, and they, a few of them were very polite. It's the youngers. The vast majority are the youngers that give you the hateful looks. That just, I mean, they give you that mean mug, and they'll put their sign in your face, stuff like that. I'm a big boy with a MAGA hat, so it's not going to be like the old videos you used to see where there was some little young skinny kid with a MAGA hat on. They go and slap it off. That's not happening with me, so you won't be seeing that. But anyways, another thing I learned about is Butch. I think Butch is a Democrat. I do. I absolutely think Butch is a Democrat, because every time I take him on a walk, he pulls like crazy, barks like crazy. And he did some barking there, because when he sees other dogs, he gets excited. But he pulls like crazy. If he sees somebody, he wants to jump up, not necessarily to harass him, but that's just how he is. He's over rambunctious with love and stuff, I guess you could say. And he just wants to love everybody. So he jumps on everybody. He wants to lick them. He wants to get pet, this, that. So I noticed that when I was out there at the anti-Trump rally with these people, he was on his best behavior. People were walking by and they're like, "Oh my God, your dog's big. Can I pet your dog?" I'm like, "Oh yes, ma'am, go for it." And people were like, "Oh, can I get a picture of your dog?" People were, and he would go up to him and they would pet him. Yeah, you. And they would go up and pet him, and he would just sit right there, let them pet him. So he gets a little butt rub and everything, and they would go on his way. Not one jump, not nothing. My dog's a Democrat. You're a Democrat, Butch. My little liberal Pitbull. So, anyways, that's what I learned about him. But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. That's just the way I am. I myself, yes, I supported Trump. Yes, I voted Trump. But I'm an independent, and I am a moderate. I'm not I'm not a hardcore conservative. I'm not a hardcore liberal. I'm not, I'm just me, and I vote the way I feel something should be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put a label on something, when it comes to the economy and the military, Second Amendment, stuff like that, I'm rather conservative. When it comes to the environment, I'm very liberal. When it comes to the environment, when it comes to nature, animals, and so forth. And when it comes to social issues and so forth, I'm rather moderate. You know what I'm saying? There's some touchy subjects to get into, which I won't get into, but on a lot of those subjects, people have a victim mentality and so forth, but like myself, I think the vast majority of people don't really care about your choices in life. There's just other aspects that we care about. But socially, I'm moderate. What's your problem? Just because I'm calling you a Democrat? What? Are you mad at the Democrat comment, or are you mad because I supported Trump? Huh? Which one? Oh, whatever. I'm not going to argue. Whatever. Well, how come you don't behave as good as you did that day? Huh? Uh-huh. Well, all right, folks. So that's going to be about it for this one. So some of you are going to be able to take this as the joke it's supposed to be, and a little ball busting that it is. And you'll be able to take a joke and not get offended and cry. But some of you will get all offended and whatever. But you'll have to do whatever it is you feel you have to do. But anyways, that's just the way I am. I like to joke around. I like to goof off. And I like to bust people's balls. So anyways, me and Butch were chilling. Lousy freaking day again. Winter does not want to give up. She doesn't want to stop the wind. She doesn't want to stop the cold. She doesn't want to stop the freaking rain. So anyways, we're chilling, and in the next 2 days we got a lot coming up. I'm gonna try and get back on here a couple times, but we have a lot coming up for the next 2 days. And on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, I should be getting back a hold of you guys, and you'll know everything that's going on. So anyways, till then, be awesome. Catch you guys later. And don't forget, always forward to the next adventure, the vlog is down.